So next thing we wanted to talk about, it's so nice being able to talk with you about it now since you actually watched the show. But we were going to react to the newest episode of Severance, episode four. You also never really reacted to episode three, so kind of hear your thoughts there, and then obviously we can both jump into the new one. But I know episode three was a very strange episode with the goats and everything, and then you had Brienne of Tarth in there, and then the insane ending of Mark getting reintegrated, um, then leading into this new episode, which basically has nothing to do with him getting reintegrated,
Love it.
and they just give us a whole separate storyline. Very different than any episode of the show so far. Um, I think other than like, you know, most of the Audi stuff is filmed like in their apartments or houses. So this is like the first like I feel like on location set, that they had to do. Um I can't remember. I was listening to an interview. They like actually went out to like an Arctic tundra kind of to film it. I can't remember where, but it was I think kind of refreshing to see them outside in nature. Also, another really weird episode, but another episode with huge implications. Um, Something that I called from the first week. Um, yeah, what'd you think?
It was something. Uh, we were texting back and forth there in the middle of it, and when I was listening to the story, it was like, what is happening? Somebody like pleasuring themselves? Like, what is going on? And then they die.
They turn into the forest or something.
Something. Dude, it was wild. I will say the guy who plays Mr. Milchick, he was fantastic in this episode. Very creepy, kind of eerie sounding. Um, yeah, you got to see them kind of outside doing the team building extra. What do they call it? It's some weird.
Yeah, it was a weird like acronym.
Yeah, but nah, dude, it was sick. Real quick on episode three, um, yeah, episode three was just as weird. And I thought we were gonna go straight from the reintegration at the end to like something that might, coincide with it, and then we get this episode. So I don't know, man. It's just a lot going on. It's they're kind of just throwing something here, something there, and they're trying to tie everything in, but they're keeping us in the dark the whole time,
Yeah.
whole freaking time.
Yep. No, man, they are yeah. They're good. I mean, they're so good at it. We're getting different cliffhangers every week that don't even aren't even related to each other, and we're still just hooked. I gotta say, I think MVP of this episode, in my opinion, is Britt Lowry, the girl who plays Helena or Helly. So yeah, the big reveal this episode is basically that you find out that, which I called from the first episode, um, Helly R never came back down after the events of season one. It has been Helena the whole time. They somehow were like able to turn off her like severance or her chip or whatever. And so it's been Helena pretending to be Helly the whole time. Um, Irving, he kind of starts sensing that in the first episode. Uh, and then he brings it up again in this episode, and you find out at the end that he was correct. I was correct. We have not seen Helly at all. It has been Helena the whole time, and it's pretty wild to think about because her and Mark hooked up in this episode as well. So, um, but the fact that like I know I called it, I would say most, not everybody, like I would say most people probably didn't call it. Um, but the fact that people didn't realize it just goes to show how incredible her acting performance is. And then a couple instances in this one where she's talking to Irving, you can sense like the most minute changes in her facial expression and it's just unreal. Like she was like kind of smiling at him, and then you just like barely see her face drop and like look into anger. I keep seeing it like literally all over my Twitter, people talking about that one little scene. Um, and then, the line, the hard line is like, Helly was never cruel.
Right.
Um, yeah, no, just another unbelievable episode, kind of different than any other episode we've gotten from the show so far, which I like. Um, yeah,
Yeah, Helly was great. I think Irving was a great character in this episode because like he is like everybody's turning them against him. Like and then he leaves, he has the whole out of the body experience with that little woman or
yeah,
whatever.
that was weird.
Weird. He sees what's his name there? Bert.
Bert,
And dude, I was about to get like, dude, I was on the edge of my seat, not from like anticipation. It's like, dude, what is going on?
yeah, it was kind of scary.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
I was
lie.
freaked out.
Yeah,
So, nah, dude, Irving was great in this episode. Yeah, Mark and Helena, uh, they hook up, not Helly. It's Mark and Helena, or Helena, however you say it. They hook up, and Mr. Milchick is like very interesting in this episode because like they have the whole back and forth of them talking about the penis joke or whatever, what it turned into. And Milchick knows the entire time who it is. So he's going back and forth. And like at the time, you're like, okay, yeah, this is odd. But like looking back, you're like, this is a very odd interaction just because like he knows who that is. He knows it's not Helly.
yeah. He
And
was just he was just kind of like playing along with it, I
yeah,
guess, but it was still weird. Yeah,
nah, it's just a very odd interaction. And then, Irving is like, don't act like that. Mark's playing along with the googly eyes. And Dylan's like trying not to laugh, but laughing at the same time. And nah, dude, it's just a great episode. It is just tense the whole episode. Like you never get untense. Even during the love scene, like Irving's having his like moment. So you're like, dude, what is going on?
yeah.
So
And
like,
then you get the little taste of the reintegration when he's hooking up with Helena.
yeah,
He sees his wife Gemma or Miss Casey. So many weird like love parallels and stuff going
yeah,
on, but I love it. It's just an insane show. It's still I don't know if I'll ever be able to understand that like this came from the mind of Ben Stiller. I just didn't know. We've seen comedy actors like turn around and do great acting performances in movies. Um, but like completely coming up with this concept from scratch and it being as good as it is just like I can't really think of someone else that has really done that because I mean he's known for silly comedy movies.
yeah.
So to see him kind of show us this
The
side of
only
him,
the only parallel I have is like this is kind of different because like how they did it, but like Jordan Peele did all those comedy skits for all those years,
yeah,
and now he's in the horror business, and he is
yep,
so good at what he
yeah,
does.
that's a very good comp. Yeah, yeah,
But
you're right.
nah, dude, Ben Stiller has done something, and you have everybody tweeting about it. Carl Anthony
Everyone,
Towns was tweeting about it,
yeah,
and like
everybody,
you're just laughing because he's like,
athletes, celebrities, like everybody's watching this
it's
show.
funny because Cat it plays in front of Ben Stiller literally all the time. He sees him all the time. So, nah, dude, this episode was crazy. This is like what you want from a Severance episode. It gives you nothing until the very end. You are guessing the whole time. Yeah. Helena was great, and Helly, like the mix was fantastic. I think Mr. Milchick was incredible. I think Irving was incredible. The rest were kind of just like, kind of letting those three play out. And then you get the end. Like, you're terminated, we're taking you out. And dude, it doesn't just like end, like it stops. And that's the end of the episode.
Um,
Like, it doesn't give you a couple seconds to like, okay, it's about to end. It just stops. Like, dude, I thought there were like 10 more minutes left. It just
yeah,
stops.
and man, R.I.P. Irving.
We don't know that.
Well, it kind of seems like it anyways right now.
What if they just wake him up and he's like, "Who the hell are you people?"
So since Irving, we didn't really talk about it, but Irving basically like revealed that Helly was Helena the whole time by drowning her. So then Milchick obviously says like, for attempted murder or whatever, we are basically firing you and
Does it?
your life as you know it as an innie is over.
Like, you will cease to exist, all that, but he
You
doesn't
will
even
cease to
say
exist.
attempted murder. He says violence in the workplace. That's all he says.
Yeah, but the Mr. Milchick's like line deliveries there were just awesome.
Yeah.
Like you will cease to exist, like you were nothing, you were never anything. Um, yeah. So we'll have to see if we get Irving back. Obviously, I think like either him or his Audi, will still be in the show because John Turturro is just a fantastic actor, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of him. But
Let's say kill him.
yeah, we'll just kind of have to see what happens to all Irving. But for now, it looks like it's just going to be the three that we got plus Mr. Milchick. So we'll just have to see.
Don't forget Miss Wong.
Miss Wong, 12-year-old Miss Wong, that they still
Dude,
have not explained whatsoever that I don't
dude.
understand, and she makes me very uncomfy. But
When when he's telling this story and she's just like, dude, I was laughing so hard. I was like, dude, what is going on?
yeah,
Oh, it's so
it's
funny.
such a weird show, but I love it so much. Um, we still have like what 6 episodes left. I think it's a 10 episode season, so like we're gonna be reacting to these till like middle end of March.
Daredevil.
Yeah, and amongst Daredevil, there's so much stuff, but yeah, we love Severance. We'll continue to react to those episodes as they come out, so stay tuned for that.